Hi, I'm Chelly Wood, and this is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today I'm going to show you how to make this little shirt with a collar. It has a little tie on it too, which is designed to fit small-bodied dolls like the DC Superhero Girls 12-inch dolls. Now, if you've been following my blog posts, you may recall that Betty was a bus driver, a real person I met in Chicago, and she really impressed me, so I wanted to design her shirt. And that's what this tutorial shows you how to make. But before we begin, please go to chellywood.com to download and print this free PDF sewing pattern. Use the pattern to cut out all the pieces shown. You'll also need a 1/4-inch double fold bias tape and ribbon that measures 1/8 inch wide by 3 centimeters or 1 inch long. Lay one shirt back on top of another, keeping right sides together if you're using a fabric in which it's going to matter. Sew along the back closure area and the bottom of the shirt, and do this for both backs. Clip seams and corners and invert both backs. Press these seams. Lay one shirt front on top of another and baste around the neckline. If you need help with the base stitch, look for my tutorial link in the description area below. Lay one shirt back on top of the shirt front and stitch them together across the shoulder. Your based stitches are still in place. Lay the other shirt back on top of the front, and once again, sew them together at the shoulder. Now you can remove your based stitches. And that's what I'm doing here. I just give it a tug. It sometimes scrunches up a little, but you just work with it and give it another tug and pull those stitches out. There we go. Open the shirt up like this and press the shoulder seams. Turn it right side up so the seams are down. Next, we'll hem a sleeve with the whip stitch. Fold the longest straight edge of the sleeve once and then a second time. The fold lines are marked on your pattern. Whip stitch along the bottom of the fold on the wrong side of the fabric. If you need help with the whip stitch, again, I have a tutorial for this. Just look in the description below the video. Hem both sleeves with a double fold hem. Lay one of your sleeves next to the underarm area of the top, keeping right sides together. Sew from the underarm area to just shy of the shoulder seam. Then tie a knot there. Wrap your sleeve around to the other underarm. I know that's hard to explain, so I'll show you what I mean. We just take that sleeve in hand and we connect the other side of the sleeve to the other underarm. Stitch again from the underarm to just shy of the shoulder seam. There will be a gap at the top of the sleeve. Gather the very top of the sleeve with tiny gathers until the top of the sleeve fits into the armhole. Tightening or loosening your gathers as you see fit. Now, when it fits in the armhole, that's when you knot your gathers. Backstitch under the gather stitch, attaching the top of the sleeve to the shoulder. Now your garment should look like this. Here it is from the right side. Attach both sleeves following these directions. You might need to go back, okay, and revisit those. Now your collar pieces need to be about 2 inches long, which is about 5 centimeters. You'll need 2 collar pieces like this. Pick up your 1/4 inch double fold bias tape and open it up like you see here. Fold the end inside, and now wrap this folded end around one of the shirt backs right at the top of the back where the neckline is just starting. Stitch it in place. I'm using a whip stitch. You may want to use, it's okay to do a ladder stitch, but as you approach the midpoint of the front of the shirt, fold the bias tape under and stitch it in place. And that's what you see me doing here. So just to make sure you understand, see how I've folded it under? Just like that. And this is as you get to the middle of the front of the shirt. Okay, you want it to fold just like that and then continue to whip stitch. But like I said, you could use a ladder stitch. I'm just not good at ladder stitch. I find it easier to do whip stitch, especially for something so tiny. Here, the first half of my collar has been stitched on. Follow the same directions to attach the other collar. Next, we'll work with the ribbon tie. Dab a bit of fray check on each raw edge of the ribbon. Let the ribbon dry for about 30 minutes. Fold the ribbon in half. We will be attaching a tiny button, and if you need one of those, look in the description. I have a link. We're going to tack it onto the front of the shirt with just a few small stitches. They're going to pass through both sides of the ribbon to make sure it's in place good. And like I said, if you need one of these teeny tiny buttons, look in the description area below. With your shirt, actually you want it wrong side up, you're going to clip the seams around the armhole area. I'm using Fisker Stitcher's mini scissors for this. And if you need a pair of Fisker's Stitcher's mini scissors, they're great for teeny tiny little doll clothes like this. I'll put a link in the description for that as well. There's lots of good stuff in the description, so be sure to check that out. Fold one sleeve in half as shown here with right sides together. Okay, so this is where you want right sides touching. Sew from the sleeve's hem to the underarm. And then at the underarm, you're going to make a little turn and sew part way down the side. Notice my stitches. Clip the underarm seams. You just need one little snip there. See those stitches? You don't want to sew the whole thing, just part way down. Fold and sew the other seam the same way. See how it's just part way down? And that'll make sense in a minute. Okay, now your shirt should look like this. Open up the bottom of the shirt and fold the bottom of the shirt front inside itself, like you see me doing right here. Okay, so I'm going to just open up the front, the bottom part of it, fold those in toward each other. It makes a kind of a mouth shape, like a puppet mouth. And you want to compare to the backs. Make sure that it matches with the backs and redo it if you need to. So pin the bottom of the shirt front in place, making sure that the back and the front are going to be the same length. Whip stitch to seal the bottom of the shirt front. Finish the side seams. I'm using a back stitch there. You want to do that on both sides of the shirt. And again, there's a link in the description of my back stitch tutorial. Invert the garment. Now, I like to use a chopstick to help me with inverting. And again, if you don't own any chopsticks, I will put a link in the description. They're great for little doll clothes. Now you're ready to try the shirt on a doll. For more free, printable PDF sewing patterns for making doll clothes to fit dolls of many shapes and all different sizes, please remember to visit my website, chellywood.com. What if there was an easy way to take a big doll pattern and resize it to fit a little doll, or vice versa? I'm Chelly Wood, the doll clothing designer, and in my pattern alteration class, I'm going to share with you my resizing formula. Pattern alteration is when you take a pattern that you already own and you make changes to it. Let's say a dress doesn't fit your doll quite right. I'll show you how to create a gusset to extend the dress's bodice. Along the same lines, I'll show you how to use a doll's body measurements to lengthen and shorten shirt sleeves, and to recreate the pants patterns you already own so they will fit dolls of different shapes and sizes. Following my instructions, you'll learn how to reshape dresses and skirts, making them fuller or less full, depending on the look you're going for. With this collection of more than 40 videos, you'll use my measurement guide and dozens of tips and tricks to create a full wardrobe for the doll or dolls of your choice. I invite you to join me. We are going to have so much fun.